play this record as frequently as possible.
Gotta get right when it's down. One shit running, get a med. Everyone now it's down. No second guessing, I gotta get ready.
What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Vergil here, and welcome back to another episode here on Dragon Ball Legends. Today, I'm going to be going over on how to build the best LF Beast Gohan, the best teams for him, and the best optimal equipments for him on said teams. I got a couple of setups that I think would be, that I pretty much need to show you guys. I did have this video and just requested by many people on what I should be, or what you guys should be running LF Beast Gohan on, what items you should be using and stuff like that of that nature. I do have the boy at 13 stars. I've put a decent amount of hours into ranked PvP with him already. Currently top 20 in the world, and I haven't played since yesterday. So I do think I have a bit of an experience with certain setups. This one that you're looking at being my favorite at the moment. I'm not going to waste any time here. Make sure before we jump in, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys do happen to be new to the channel, because I do upload every single day here with Dragon Ball Legends content. And without further ado, let's check it out. Right now, I think this has to be my favorite setup with LF Beast Gohan. It is just a hybrid setup. We're only using the top 3 over here. Of course, you're going to want to run Pan on pretty much all or majority of the setups. I don't think she's, I don't want to say needed, because not anybody's like him on his own is definitely fine, but partnered up with Pan, she's literally his best partner. So on most setups, you would love to run Pan alongside him, and then the future Gohan as well, for this being the only 3 that you bring into the fight here. But it is a hybrid Saiyan setup. Quickly to go over the bench, this is an offensive build. So even though Pan, you usually build her defensively for the most part to so she can tank, disrupt, do what she does, take away key, all that good stuff. Where this team is completely built offensively. We got the bench here being, this is probably one of the best benches for strike hybrids as well. This is offering pretty much 50% to base strike attack and then 35% to base strike defense. You get that extra 18% there. It's actually over 50%. It's 53%, I believe. Yes, 53%. My math, quick maths. But yeah, 53% is a ton of base. Of course, we're Zenkai buffing Beast Gohan on this setup. Pan, she doesn't have like the best Z ability, considering she's one of the oldest units in the game right now. I don't even think, yeah, it's not even 30%, but you get a nice 28% to base strike attack with an offensive build. It's pretty good. And then focusing on him, you're getting a ton of other base for him. More 40% to more base strike attack, 35% to the base blast attack, and then 40 and 35% to do both base defenses is really, really nice for him. And then this one is like a must for this build as well, because it's giving a whopping more 50% to base strike attack and defense. So base strike attack and blast defense, which is pretty good as well. But yeah, a ton of base just strictly from the bench. Himself, he's also offering base strike attack. Gohan's offering base strike attack, and I believe Pan is max base HP. The HP is literally just coming from Pan. And yeah, a ton of base to go around to warrant these equipments here. Optimal offensive build, I would say, in my opinion here. You need this pure equipment for hybrids, right? This is per tag hybrid battle member. So per battle member, we got 3 hybrids battle members. That means you're multiplying this number by 3 times is how much percent pure you're getting. So that's 8% on both stats here times 3. It's a lot of pure considering how much base we got going on. We're pretty much focusing on the strike attack, right? But the base blast attack, or the blast attack in general, is going to hit with this pure. There's not a lot of blast Z abilities, but the stats and all the things going on, the support, the multipliers. Gohan is being double supported on this setup with Pan and Future Gohan. I'm not going to break down their abilities or anything like that. I mean, I could. I mean, Future Gohan, if you don't already know what he does, he's kind of old at this point, but he does give, every time he's hit, the swap. He does offer a lot of supportive damage inflicted, and then Pan does the same exact thing per switch. And then every time she uses a Striker Blast Arts card, she's also buffing the team, her allies, all that stuff. So Gohan's getting just a ton of not only Z ability buffs here, he's also getting a shit ton of support. And this does warrant the usage of these equipments here. The Pure is just going to make him hit extremely hard. And to double down on this, we do have the Zenkai buff. So warranted. I'm going to give him a second pure here. So this is 5% 2 strike attack for each Sun family battle member. So you're getting a 5% times 3. You're getting almost 15% more pure on top of that, of the pure we already have. There's a ton of base already, so it's not even like we have to focus too much on the base strike attack here. Middle equipment, we are kind of focusing on it. We got 35, almost 35%, or over 35% on the base strike attack. We got some special move damage, base blast defense. This guy's hitting like a nuke on this setup. I think this is probably one of, if not the best setup right now. There's one other setup that I'd probably argue that is better than this, just because of a safety net, revival Gohan in the future Gohan's placement. But in my experience, this setup, you don't really need anybody else. Obviously, the disruptors, you got Pan, you got Gohan. They're also the supports. Double endurance. You know, you got endurance with Gohan, future Gohan, and then when someone rushes, this Gohan's also getting the endurance. But yeah, a ton of base strike attack to go around. Some decent amount of defenses. Pan being the HP. And yeah, this base, both pures here are hitting very hard for future Gohan specifically. Obviously, you're going to want his unique platinum equipment. It's like a must-have. If you're running future Gohan, you need to have this equipment. And obviously, you want to optimize it as much as possible. You get the red slot at the end. Max out both first and middle slot if possible. Middle slot, or a middle equipment here, we got base strike defense. Special move, ult damage, base health, I'd say is optimal on him. Offensively, at least, right? If you want to build him on a different defensive setup, you know, obviously you can use this equipment on him. Double defense, HP, whatnot. But I totally optimize everyone to just be doing damage here. And then the pure equip per hybrid Saiyan battle member. So he's just getting that 8% per member. There's 3 members, so they all have this equipment. It's like a must-have for pure hybrids. I do highly recommend grinding this, and everyone should have some spare erasers with the raids that we just received. With Pan as well, you would normally build her defensively, but I do have the plat to optimize her offenses, special move damage, base strike defense, and a whopping almost 35% to strike base strike attack there. Just a lot of base strike attack on this team. The pures are definitely going to hit. The first equipment, just giving her a bit of defense. You know, she does want to be able to eat a bit of damage, so both defenses here, and then base health. This is going to complete the first team. I highly recommend this team right now. I think a lot of people are already using it, but I tried it a couple days ago, and let me tell you guys, keep Gohan alive. That's like the main thing you want to do. Obviously, you just have so much control because with what Pan does, she disrupts, and then you're able to manipulate sub count so much with this team. And then Gohan's on the same type of timing, just disrupting, being able to eat damage, buff the whole team. Just Gohan's going to nuke everyone. So much blue card damage, a lot of offensive output. So check out this build, probably my favorite build right now. Highly recommend. Moving into our second build, it is very similar to the first one here. We're only running the top 3 units on this setup. And instead of running Future Gohan, we're running a Revival Gohan. And what I do think with this setup is that Pan does offer the Lotus support. Like, you don't really need double support with Beast Gohan for him to do what he does of his nature. I think Pan is enough to really make him exceed. Revival Gohan does provide that revival ability, and if anything, in a bad scenario where Beast Gohan dies immediately, you have the safety net of his revival and his damage output as well. Revival Gohan is still a menace. A year later, no platinum equip, no nothing. This guy's still hitting. Obviously, I would recommend having this guy a bit higher stars, at least 7. I think a minimal of 7. Red 2 is like a really safe spot where you're kind of safe to put him on the team, but it's at least 7 here. But it's on a similar build of just offensive output. We got the EX bench. Just like on that previous setup, it's going to be offering 50% to base strike attack and defense, which is very nice to amplify the pure equipment. This Pan is going to be really tanky with the Zenkai buff, right? She's this Z ability is double defense, and then on top of that, she's getting another double defense and double offense there. But yeah, 30% to 32% to strike and blast defense, and then more defenses, more base offenses. And then Broly here giving, I believe his Z ability is double offense, but his Zenkai ability is going towards the Revival Gohan. So let's be real, Beast Gohan doesn't really need the Zenkai buff on the last setup. We're kind of just focusing on him on the last setup, so we want him to be doing as much output as possible. This one is kind of geared towards the entire team. I think this is a really safe team, probably one of, if not the best team in the game currently, I'd say. And yeah, the equipment should be around the same exact thing. Instead of running the hybrids pure, which we could be doing doubled on. I'm realizing it now. You could if you really want to. The thing is, we don't have a Zenkai buff on the Gohan right now to warrant this. You could do this, right? We are running triple hybrids, so you could replace one of these items and give him 2 pure equipments, and that would definitely skyrocket the damage. The first one being movies, right? You're running movies hybrids now, so you're excuse me, you're running the movies pure, 6% 2 strike attack per episodes from the Saga's movies battle member. This is giving 18% total pure, and mixed with the hybrids periods, he's literally going to be hitting like a freaking truck. But would not say this is necessary here. I would probably optimize this so his ultimate is more of a nuking matter. Special move, base health, base strike defense, I'd say is worth it. And then this one also very, very good equipment, giving over 35% to base strike attack, special move, blast defense. For Pan, I got her still built offensively here. I think if you want to browse through the equipments, you could literally just build her defensively, which would be it'd be this one right here. You double defense and then base health again, and then you would look. You could go with this double strike attack HP. More HP on her is pretty nice. But yeah, I do go with the pure equips because I do like to see a lot of damage output. Plus, you're running triple hybrids. It's like the best time to run the hybrids pure. And the same thing goes for this Revival Gohan here. You could run double pure if you really want to. You do have a Zenkai buff on him, so that it's literally warranted. But there's a lot of equipment options for him. Movies pure. When you're running movies, you run movies pure. It's almost 18% pure strike attack for the whole for all 3. Because of all 3 battle members, right? This guy's going to be getting 18% pure. This one's really nice because it offers strike attack, special move. He obviously, when he transforms, he optimizes on the special move. Should be hitting like a truck. The multiplier that you get off the main ability, the green card, the drop combos. This guy should be hitting like a truck. You definitely want some special move damage somewhere. And then this hybrids pure, like I said, double pure him. He's being Zenkai buffed here. I feel like it's a bit more warranted than having the double pure on Beast, but you could still give double pure to Beast. Some other decent equipments that you could give to Revival Gohan here is this Platinum equip is pretty good. It does both base and strike attack, or base blast attack, base strike attack, and then base blast defense, health restoration is pretty nice. A lot of decent options. Sun Family Pure, if you don't have these pures, this is another good pure. It's giving 5% total for each member, so you're getting 15% total. We have 3 Sun Family members. There's a lot of different pures that you can really choose from, but you want to make the most out of what you can. It's 3 hybrids, 3 Sun Family, and 3 movies. So in reality, if you have 3 pures farmed and you want to run triple Zenkai buffs, you can literally do this instead, right? You can go here and do this. And you can Zenkai buff here as well, right? We have Pan up here being the HP, so you don't really need. But you got 3 Zenkai buffers here. I'd say this is warranted as well. And run double pure on Gohan. Run the double pure on him. He's going to be hitting like a truck. Triple pure, I don't know if I would warrant it. Maybe on 1 unit if you were double Zenkai buffing, say Beast Gohan. With maybe, like, if you did this, if you removed this and you gave him this. Or even did this. Say you want to full-on focus on them. Then you could do something crazy like this. You just go all the ways with the pure, right? All the ways. Triple pure equipments. There's so much base that's being ingrained into him here that, I wouldn't recommend, focusing on him this much. This is more of like a team setup for Pan and Revival Gohan, but just giving you guys the option if you want to fully pure him out. Let me tell you guys, the pure equipment hit. Pure equipment's hit, especially when there's a ton of base. Only when there's a ton of base. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me back out. I still would prefer this just main setup here for this. But yeah, this is probably still the best team in the game. The best build that you can build in the game. Movies Hybrids is up top right now. Hybrids gaining a ton of value. Movies was already the best team in the game. So yeah, we'll move on to the next one here. Next team, we do have the brand new, it's very similar to the one that we just had, the same color dynamic, but it has Piccolo instead of Revival Gohan. Say you don't have enough stars on Revival Gohan, you did pick up many copies of the new Piccolo because he's on the banner featured with Pan and Gohan. The 3 of these characters actually have a load of synergy together. Piccolo providing, I believe, when he dies or something like that, I believe he gives, restores allied character Gohan or Pan health by 20% when this character is defeated, so he has that niche ability. And then Pan has like ability with both of them as well. So the synergy is pretty cool. They're all movies related. Same build. It's a lot of strike oriented here. Even though Piccolo is blast, you're getting a ton of blast as well, with him being Zenkai buffed. He does a lot of decent strike attack. The way I built him here is I gave him, this is like optimal on him. You need to have, when you're running this build, at least with Pan and Gohan, you want to have the new plat, which you gotta, it's horrible farming for it. I couldn't get lucky on these 2 slots, but base blast attack, pure blast attack, and then base strike attack, pure blast attack, or pure strike attack, pure base strike attack. You guys get what I'm saying here. But base health as well. Optimized equipment for Piccolo is like a must-have when ran with Pan and Gohan. We got the plat here, offering double offense, defense, health restoration. And then this one here is really nice too, just specifically because you want him to be, there's a ton of base strike attack. You're going to want the boy doing some strike. This one's double offense, double defense, and then HP as well. My issue with Piccolo is he does get a bit shredded at the moment. Like his defenses aren't too great. He's literally a glass cannon. But you can build him, like I said, there's a lot of HP from these 2 equipments. There's some health restoration. On top of that, he is bugged right now. I mean, if you're going up against like a unit with a sword like Tapion, the green LF Trunks, he's just going to be taking a lot more damage towards them. I hope they fix this soon. By the time you're watching this, if it's in the future, hopefully it's fixed at that point. But it is a bug right now to where, if you're faced against those units, you're just at a severe disadvantage because you're taking way more damage. But this team has incredible synergy. It does perform the same way that this Revival Gohan team does, or this color synergy, I guess, works. There's no, the only endurance is the Gohan when someone rushes. Piccolo is a fantastic unit individually. I think the fact that they put all 3 of these units on the same banner, and the fact that you could build many teams, including this brand new team off the banner, it just shocked me completely because it's top tier. This team is extremely top tier, and it's accessible to everyone that's going in on this banner. So if you guys need the items, this is the full equipment setup. Same, build that I just had for Gohan and Pan, and then Piccolo. These are the items as well. So let us move on to the next one. The next one is a full color wheel hybrid setup. You do have 5 top tier options for hybrids right now. So any color that you need to bring in, and then on top of that, you got the HP bench here. I don't have the equipments ready, but all you need to know is that every single one of them should have this pure. I only have 3 Z pluses farmed. I have this one, an S. The last slots are what matter anyways. And then I'm missing one for Gohan. Given Gohan, you don't even need to rock the pure half the time. You could just build them completely defensive, which would be like, you could do this, and then you could do, I believe, this right here is sometimes how I build them. But yeah, optimize, you would run the same things that I've been using. You can give Pan this, you give Gohan, you don't want to give him any other pure because this is pure hybrids here. So I'm going to have to say you could give him this. I don't have another one farmed. But this one's like mandatory on like so many setups. It's just too good, man. And special move and the base strike attack is too high. So keep that on. And then, like I said, this is probably the one I would go with. Trunks. Optimal build for him is this. You definitely want to have this item for Trunks. The health restoration is huge. He's getting a ton of that with his green card. Base key recovery, base blast defense, and then high strike attack there. 30% to strike attack. So we put that on him. And then you could use this. Special move, strike attack is really nice. This one is really good as well. High strike attack, special move, damage percentages there. This one's decent, I'd say, as well. There's a lot of options that you can have for this LF Trunks. This one gives both offenses and then both defenses as well. Pretty good equipment. You could rock this. He does have 2 ultimates, so to have extra ultimate move damage, special move damage is pretty good. It's base health, but it's definitely preference, I'd say. This one's optimal. You need to have this awakened equip on him. But everything else, you could go with this. You could go with this. That is probably it. And then Revival Gohan's on the similar timing. You do want to focus on his blue card. You want to focus on his strike attack with this pure on it. So base strike attack is needed. Special move. And then you could go with this one as well. I do need to farm a bunch more of these, but this one's optimal on all of hybrid. Special move, ultimate damage. And then this one right here, of course. I have been going through it. I don't have this one done, but this is like huge on Revival Gohan. Highly recommend this equip for him. It's a lot of base strike attack, special move, and then some key recovery as well. But I don't have any decent ones farmed. But yeah, this is full color wheel hybrids. There's no Zenkai buff. There's no focus on any unit. It's pretty much everyone is optimized. There's a lot of support. Pan, Future Gohan support. Revival Gohan can definitely carry his own. Plus, he provides the revival. Super Saiyan Trunks has just so much field control. The Vanish Restore, double ultimates, type neutrality. This team is cracked. Hybrids is literally back on top, and it's crazy to see this because they were on top last year. So to have them revived and have a complete color wheel team right now. You could put a Zenkai buff here just because Pan is already the HP. So if you want to, whoever you want to focus on, throw them the Zenkai buff. There's one for Trunks, there's one for Gohan, and there's one for the Beast Gohan as well. But you do obviously want to make sure everyone's getting the Z ability. So, but this is like this would be double HP because Pan provides the HP as well. But yeah, this could be catered to anyone on the team. Say if you want to have the Trunks have the Zenkai buff, you would slap on, I'd probably say, the buff Trunks, right? You would go here, whereas buff Trunks, you'd put this on him, and it probably would be pretty good. Anyone that you're bringing in most of the matches, I would highly recommend that. But yeah, without further ado, let us move on to the next team. Next team is this. It is very similar to what the meta was right before Beast Gohan came out, where you were running Ultra Gogeta, Cooler, and then Ultra Broly being the best team in the game. This team is still very, very powerful, very oppressive. And it would be like a very similar bench of where it's like Ultra Broly being Zenkai buffed. Let me just get it out. I don't have the full team built here, obviously. Ultra Broly. Cooler would be getting this Zenkai buff from Grey Sandman 1 and 2. Or you could do Goku at HP bench. Goku at HP bench. You could do Pan HP bench, but you know, if you don't have high enough stars, whatever. He's also giving a base strike attack percentage to the leader slots of 20%. So I think that's really nice in the scenario where you're mainly running the top 3. I would definitely use 22% to base strike attack to the leader and then 20% to max base health. And then you could do the EX bench of Super Saiyan Goku here. Super Saiyan Goku, where are you at, my boy? This one right here, I'd say this is a very, very solid setup. Like I said, it's similar to the one that we had last season of Ultra Gogeta Leader. Everyone's got a pure equipment. As you can see, it's a must-have for this. It's 18% per, or 6% per movie's battle member, so 8% or 18% total on each of these characters right here. Each one of them is getting 18% pure strike attack. A lot of base strike attack already from this guy. This guy's giving it to the leader. Cooler has base strike attack, and then Gohan has the base strike attack as well. Broly is double defense, so I did give him a pure defensive equip. This is per movies as well, so that's 18% pure defense. I'd say it's optimal on him. And then this is double defense, base health, and health restoration, also optimal on the Broly. So this is perfect equips for the Broly. Cooler, I'd say there's a lot of different options for him, but this is like my favorite build for Cooler. Ultimate damage with the way he wanted to work last season. He can still work this way if you can do it. Snipe, his base strike attack, special move damage to make sure you get that kill off. Special move ultimate damage, base blast defense. The pure equip, he's getting 18%. And then this one's also a must-have. Base strike attack, health restoration, base health, and then more base strike attack. It's kind of a ridiculous equip. This equip is stacked. This is a must-have on Cooler. Gohan's been running the same items. You want the Kaioken. You want the Kid Trunks. Special move, ult damage, and then, of course, the pure item. But this equipment is great. I do think Pan has a bit more synergy with the Gohan than the Cooler. Broly. I think Broly's warranted, but Cooler, he fits. You know what I mean? But the way, you know, if you're focused on Gohan, to have Disrupt with Pan and maybe even Future Gohan and have Gohan do all the work. And this one where it's like just triple oppression. Even Broly being the disruptor here on this team, he's still doing a ton of work with having the pure strike attack equip here. So, yeah, I think this the setup could be really good. It's just more aggressive. Everyone is doing work on this team rather than just Beast Gohan. I'm still probably doing the most work, but yeah, that's what I would run. Let's move on to the next setup. Next setup here is very similar to the last. It's a movies build, except we are also focusing a bit more on Beast Gohan here again. Broly being the disruptor, Tapion being the support for Broly and Future Gohan. If you don't know, Tapion already is like it's similar fashion to Future Gohan. I do prefer Future Gohan over him, but he does support allies here. 25% to strike attack inflicted by allies for 50 timer counts. He seals strike arts. It's a strike-based meta. This guy can be really annoying if he's not killed quickly. I think he did just gain a bit of value since Cooler has stepped a bit back with Beast Gohan just in every single match. but applies falling effects to self per card. Blah, blah, blah. Where is falling effects occur when this character switches to standby? He gives a 20% to damage inflicted to allies there as well. But yeah, nice support unit. You know, Gohan's going to be doing a bit more. Equipments for Broly are the same as last setup. Gohan has the same items, and this is what I would be running on Tapion if you do decide to use them. Double base strike attack, base health. You could swap this out. You kind of want him to just be a bit more tanky, but if you want him doing damage, this is a pure equip specifically for him, movies. And then this one right here, offering health restoration, more base strike attack, more base health. So a lot of health, base health, and then a lot of strike attack, and then the pure. So this is kind of like an offensive build for him. But yeah, this team did pretty good, you know. It's mainly Gohan again, but yeah, support is nice. Plus, Tapion's used for fodder. If you rush, you could sack him off in the rush, and then Gohan has the endurance after that. So would recommend this team. I'd say it's one of the better builds. Every single team that we're breaking down here, I'd say, has a very good reason to be used right now, and I'm only mentioning solid setups like top tier ranking setups, movies builds, hybrids builds, both movies and hybrids, the same team. But without further ado, let's move on to the next. I think this is the last. Okay, this is the last setup here, and it's kind of, you know, they're all different iterations mixed with each other. This is Ultra Broly on movies, hybrids. So you're putting Ultra Broly on leader. You're giving him the Zenkai buff. You're giving Pan the Zenkai buff. So it's double disruptors here. Pan is still offering the support, but Pan does a great job of disrupting, taking away ki, stopping combos, cover change. Broly's on that same type of timing, taking away your vanish, stopping combos, filling up his gauge, and you basically just throw him on leader. Zenkai buff him. Same equipments here. You're getting the pure strike attack equipment for all movies battle members. You need pure. Don't forget the pure, you guys. I stressed the pure this entire video, but triple, you know, you got a pure on every single one of these units. Pan, you can have her built defensively here. Honestly, you want to focus on future Gohan here, but I do have Pan built offensive on all of my setups. You could replace this, like I said, with this equipment right here, which is double defense HP if you want. Gohan, same equipment as all the rest of the teams, but Broly, it's just a different setup if you do have the character. And yeah, it's double disrupt, Pan, Broly being the disrupt. And he still does a ton of damage. Let's be real, Broly's doing a ton of ultimate damage, strike attack damage. He's being Zenkai buffed. This one offering a ton of base strike attack as well for the, you know, the top 3 characters. And I think this is going to wrap the video, you guys. All of these are top tier options. I literally had them all built here, ready to and for display for you guys. But I do recommend try this one. I'd say this is my favorite build right now. Obviously, don't let your Beast Gohan die. Have Gohan take a bunch of hits. Pan ramp her up as well for the rest of the team. At some point, Gohan is legit one-carding units with his blue. His ultimate's one-shotting. His strike cards are doing half HP on one strike. It's super supportive for Beast. It's like, and that's kind of like the argument of the issue behind this team is if he dies, if you're not careful enough and he dies first, this team kind of falls apart unless you can play perfect with Gohan and Pan. Revival Gohan's probably your second best bet. This team right here is your second best bet. The pure equipments are just too great. You could double pure movies and hybrids pure. This one's fantastic. A lot of accessibility just because they're all in the same banner. Would highly recommend this team. Ultra Broly, you know, I don't know if you were access to pull him or Cooler. Try this team. It's freaking cracked. The lock-ins, disruption from Broly, lock-ins from Cooler, and then Gohan just doing absurd work. But this is going to be the video, you guys. You got support here from Tapion. But yeah, these are all the best setups that you can possibly run with LF Beast Gohan. The best equipments for him, the best builds for him. Make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be answering them as well. My Discord's linked in the description as well. If you guys have any questions, join through if you're already not in there, and feel free to ask me. I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Stay frosty, and I'm out.